Hey yo, what's decent? Now, I have an exhilarating match that I want to showcase to you guys. Today is an awesome day. Look at the sunlight emitting through my window, man. I want to share the same feelings that I'm feeling right now with everybody that's watching this video. My opponent, Kenny, by the way, which is a close friend of mine, is going to lead out with Rodham. I'm going to lead out respectively with Trevelyan, which is great, man, because I saw the rest of his team. I purposely did not show you guys the team preview just for a little bit of like a suspense factor. It's like, oh my god, what does he have on his team? Let's watch the find out, you know, kind of thing that I want to, you know, put on for you guys. So anyway, he's going to switch out into his Gudra, which is great. I mean, not exactly the best thing, but at the same time, if you consider the fact that Gudra is going to be from now on, as long as it doesn't use rest or have rest, take 13% every turn, that's still good because Gudra is a special wall and needs to be taken out. Any status impairment on a physical and or special threat is more than welcome, even though as far as the burden is concerned, I would actually prefer to have inflicted it on a physical threat, obviously, than more so a special threat. Anyway, I'm going to switch out to my Carbink after he shows me how to really manipulate flames. He's like, yo, alright, you got the Will-O-Wisp? Boy, I got the flamethrower, almost taking out my Trevenant, baby. So I thought that he was actually going to predict the Carbink switch in the first turn because that was an easy rocks. He could have actually went onto something else and then got off a nice little earthquake, something that he has on his team that I'm not telling you guys yet. He could have went onto that and then like just emitted like some super mad damage with the earthquake. So I thought that he would want to do that. So, you know, just to kind of test to see how I would play earlier on. That's kind of what I would have done early game, just to get some damage off to whatever would have decided to come in. But anyway, that's not the case. He brings in Tyranitar, turns into a Mega Tyranitar. And by the way, speaking about MegaEvolutions, this is the first time that I'm trying out a battle in which I myself am not using a MegaEvolution. I just want to test myself a little bit, and that's kind of what I want to do within the upcoming battles, as well as this battle. That's my ideal here. He's going to go straight for the Earthquake, assuming that my Carbink was going to say, and I make a hasty switch out to Machamp. It's obvious that I'm going to want to go for the Dynamic Punch, so I was so close to going for the Bullet Punch just so that I can hit anything neutral that comes into play. But then I thought about it, and I looked at his team again, because I wrote it down this time I wrote it down. You know, so I was like, you know what, let me just go straight for Ice Punch. And I'm right on the money as Gourgeist comes into play, or Garrageist comes into play, and I hit this thing for super effective damage. But he sees that I do have the Lumberry, which is unfortunate for me because I would have preferred if he went for the Will-O-Wisp, assuming that I was like some sort of, you know, choice set or something like that. You know, something rather. I didn't want him to see that I have the Lumberry because I'm pretty sure that if he didn't see that I have the Lumberry, he would have went straight for that Will-O-Wisp instead of going for the Leech Seed. So now he's in a position where he can recover off the damage output that I just did inflict onto him with the Ice Punch. And now I'm thinking that he's going to want to go for the Protect, and I don't really want my Machamp taking any unnecessary residual damage if it doesn't have to. So I'm going to make a switch out into my Trevenant, thinking that he was going to think I'm going to stay in and try to go for the Ice Punch, especially since he knows that he inflicted a Leech Seed onto me. So now I'm kind of in a little bit more of a desperate situation as far as me wanting to take out his Gourgeist or Garrageist. I have to get that pronunciation correct. But I go into Trevenant and he switches out into Rodham. That is awesome. I knew that was coming. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch. I want to recover off as much hit points as possible on the Trevenant because Trevenant is super important. He has Tyranitar. As you guys saw, he has Rodham. Things on his team don't really like Trevenant as well as, you know, my other Pokemon here. He could handle like things like Machamp, but Trevenant is a huge threat. And speaking of which, he knows that I have the Carbink, so I can actually switch right out into Carbink. I don't want him to take advantage of the fact that I'm going to make such an obvious switch into Carbink and then go into something that would inflict some super mad damage on my team. I'm telling you, if he switches it in right now, if I went for the double switch and switched out into Carbink to take the Dragon Pulse, and he just happens to pull the double switch out into the threat again, I'm going to be in super trouble. So I decided to stay with the Trevenant, go for another Leech Seed, although his Gudra was already seeded, predicting him to switch out, pull the double switch, but he does not do that. He stays in with the Gudra, and I'm just going to go out into my Carbink, try to take an open opportunity while he's at his last server of HP to go for the Reflect, because I'm pretty sure that now that Carbink is in play, he's going to bring in that threat that I keep talking about this whole video. You guys are going to see what I am talking about, man. This thing right here, man. This thing right here, man. Oh my goodness. So Gudra bites the dust, and guess what comes into play? Guys, man, wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. Look at this man, son. Oh my god. You guys already know what time it is. I don't even have to go and regurgitate jokes that are already out there about this damn thing. Look at how he just destroys through the reflect, man. My Carbink is fully defensive. I'm thinking like, alright, let me just go for the Rock Tomb, you know, lower his speed to see what kind of build I'm dealing with. But no, man, Diggersby destroys my Carbink. I'm gonna bring in my Mega Gross to try to goad him into going for the Earthquake. He doesn't buy it because I am weakening his policy. I'm not exactly sure if he already knew that. Oh man, that would have been super awesome. Since the reflect is up, I would have been able to survive the Earthquake, even if it was choice banded, because of the build that I do have. Get off a nice little agility and destroy everything, man. But that is not going to take place today. He's going to bring him the Rotom Wash. I had no choice except for going for the agility, and now he's going to go for the Hydro Pump. He's going to miss, and I'm going to retaliate back with the Zen Head, but finish off his Rotom. And I'm looking pretty good. I'm like, yes, I can actually pull this off, I'm thinking. In comes Tyranitar. I'm like, yo, Kenny, you're toast. Good game, son. Have you guys ever seen Mega Man Entry Warrior, the battle between Chord and Lan? And Chord was like, yo, I'm one attack away from winning the Grand Prix. You know, cocky demeanor and everything like that. That's exactly what my attitude was. I went for the Meteor Mash thinking I will easily destroy the Tyranitar, but Tyranitar proves me wrong. Look at how daunting this clown looks anyway. Look at this monster. Oh my god. I think I drew that same design when I was 5 years old. Mommy, there's a closet monster. You gotta deal with it. And I drew Mega Tyranitar. So anyway, in comes my man Champ coming back into play. And I'm like, yo, I know you're gonna go for Gold Geist again. I'm not dumb, son. Come on, just because you're winning doesn't mean I'm gonna make stupid plays. So what I decided to do, just in case, just for the off chance, a slight sliver, just because he didn't make the plays that I wanted to earlier on, instead of me going for the Ice Punch and having a Mega Tyranitar have the possibility of living, and then him retaliate back with, like, say, the Earthquake and finish off the Machamp, I decided to go for the neutral damage output, which was the Bullet Punch. At least it will do neutral damage onto the Gourgeist or Gyarageist, and then I can respond back with the Ice Punch and finish that clown off, which is exactly what I do. He goes for the Saddle Sink just to emit some more damage onto my Machamp. Machamp is just seeing his last days here. And now Diggersby comes into play, and I'm like, I will get this thing. I swear to you, I will get this thing. He goes for the quick attack. Obviously, more than enough to finish off the Machamp, despite my build. I mean, I was at a silver amount of HP, and then in comes my Kecleon, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm pretty sure I could take an Earthquake, right, and then go straight for Power Up Punch and follow it with the Sucker Punch in order to finish off his Diggersby. But it reveals to me that he's actually choice banded. I had no idea, just because before, when he went for the Carbink and he went for the Earthquake, it was a critical hit, so I was not able to tell back then. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Kecleon, that was the time for you to shine, man. And this time I was the one who was like, bucking up, you know. Oh my gosh, I was sitting at my desk, I'm like, I cannot believe this clown is choice banded. Even though choice band is a popular set, he just happens to be choice banded. Like right now, you have to be choice banded, buddy. Like seriously. So in comes Greninja, and he shows that willpower, that anime willpower, where you know you're about to take an attack and you give me that little glint, and you survive it with sheer willpower, and you get like this automatic hidden power that you need in order to win the battle. So that's exactly what's going on here. Mega Tyranitar is gonna come into play, and I'm like, you know what? I'm grass type anyway. Willpower is gonna completely show me the road to victory here in this case scenario, because now after I go for the Grass Knot, I'm pretty sure that Greninja is going to be able to survive, and I'm going to be able to take out his last Pokemon. Greninja is showing his willpower again. Oh my gosh, watch this survival right here. 8 HP, and then his last Pokemon is Excadrill. But wait, what's going on? I don't see Mold Breaker. What? No, you cannot be sitting. No, are you serious? The only dude, son. Guys, I definitely had a lot of fun. Peace. What you doing?